I think, often when people hear me speak, they conclude from what I've said that everything is pointless at this point. And that's not at all, and I wouldn't dissimulate. If I believed it, I would say it. But I don't believe it. There are three good reasons why, however one assesses what happened in Gaza, or however negatively one assesses the current balance sheet, there are three good reasons, in my opinion, why we should continue. Number one, I could be wrong. That's a fact. You know, the spiritual, it's always darkest before the dawn. It's this hope that keeps me carrying on. I could be wrong, and maybe it's the dark moment before the dawn. Number two, it's completely incorrect to believe that if we give up, the situation will be like it is. That's totally wrong. The situation will get 1,000 times worse. It's not as if we can just walk away and accept the situation. Because if we walk away, the situation will get worse and worse and worse. It's this juggernaut, this more. They want more and more and more money, more power, more money, more power. As Bernie Sanders likes to say, has been saying, when Trump was inaugurated, the three people standing behind him, Mr. Bezos, Mr. Zuckerberg, and Mr. Musk, those three people controlled more wealth than half our country. More wealth than half our country, and for them, it's still not enough. It's still not enough. So if we give up, the juggernaut keeps going. The more keeps devouring us. And then there's a third consideration. And the third consideration is the one that I have come to internalize. All of you know the name Confucius, and Confucius once said that the sign of a moral person or a wise person is nowadays he'd say he or she keeps struggling even in the certain knowledge of defeat. You keep struggling in the certain knowledge of defeat. Why do you do it? There's a very simple reason why. Because you can't live with yourself doing nothing in the face of the unspeakable horrors unfolding before your eyes. You don't calculate whether or not this is a winning battle. You simply say, in the face of what's happening, I can't live with myself doing nothing. And I'll just leave, since this is my last remark. There was a song from the 1940s, and then it revived a little bit. It was a song by the Weavers, for those of you who might remember that name. It was the band that Pete Seeger belonged to before he branched out on his own. And the song goes, wasn't that a time? Wasn't that a time? And it starts with Valley Forge, it goes to the Civil War, and then the souls of men were tried, wasn't that a time? And then the song became popular in the 1950s among the left. Oh, it goes, Valley Forge, Civil War, then World War II, and the line is, The fascists came with chains and war. Wasn't that a time? Wasn't that a terrible time? And then they're singing it for the minuscule left that was left in the 1950s. And the lyric slightly changes, and it goes, isn't this a time? Isn't this a wonderful time? Isn't it a wonderful time? It's our time to join in, work together, and turn back that juggernaut which is trying to destroy us. Isn't this a wonderful time? I say it is.
Thank you. Please join